Welcome to Chinwag with the Horsemen. I'm Andrew.
I'm Mayberry.
I'm James.
And I'm Casey.
We appreciate you listening to us wherever you get your podcasts. We're on all kinds of different platforms and so forth. We're also, those of you who are just listening, we're performing a little experiment with video. So if this goes well, we might load this. If not, ignore this that I said. James can edit that out later. But anyway, so welcome to Chinwag with the Horsemen. We're available to be reached via, well, actually, speaking of YouTube, we do have a YouTube channel. Casey, what's that YouTube channel?
That YouTube channel is Chinwag with the Horsemen.
Perfect.
On YouTube, and you'll find it there. It's awesome.
Perfect. We're easy to find on that. And then we also have an email address where we'd love to hear from any of you listening to the podcast, wherever you are. Hey, Barry, what's that email address?
It's Chinwag with the Horsemen at gmail.com.
Beautiful. Absolutely fantastic. So speaking of the email address, we get the Boo Bear question of the week. And James, why don't you take us right into that?
So the Boo Bear question of the week is, why do epic style movies such as Gladiator and Troy always focus around British/English accents? And I think that is all stemming from the fact that, most of it is British history. You got Braveheart. They were kind of British, Scottish accents a little bit, and you got to make it pleasing for the American ear, because that's where most movies are produced. So,
well, I think they're villains a lot because they kind of, they sound, to Americans, they probably sound like villains. since we whooped them twice, they sound like bad guys to us, I guess.
wasn't there a Jaguar commercial where they were talking about having British people being such strong villains?
Yeah, there was.
Yeah.
And I don't know, man. It's just there's something about a British accent. It just sounds either they sound like really sinister or it sounds important, I guess, and epic and ancient and all that.
I don't know.
I did a Sporkle quiz that was, could you tell where the person was from, America or England? And most of the actors nowadays are from over the pond.
I want to know. I want to know when they're going to start using Aberry's accent in movies and stuff.
Never.
There's one of a kind.
Never.
One of a kind.
Well, I was just going to say, I talked to a guy this week. He was from the UK, and my first thought was, man, this guy kind of sounds like Aberry. So maybe Aberry really is secretly from the UK. We just don't know it.
Everyone's always thought Austria all this time. It's the United Kingdom. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Aberry, how many portraits of the Queen do you have hanging on your wall right now?
None.
Oh my gosh.
That is not good for a loyal subject.
No, I don't
have them all over the place.
I straight up don't believe it.
Well, one of our good friends' family that I was the best man for told me that I sound like the missing Kennedy once. I was like,
Say ask not what your country can do for you, real quick.
Ask what your country cannot do for you, but what you can do for your country.
Pretty close. Pretty close.
I think you need to throw in a couple of "ers" in there.
I don't think I want to go down that path.
Just
my brother Jack or Bobby or
my brother Jack or
because the Kennedys,
they don't have a good track record. Yeah.
No. Yeah.
Do you think it was because their dad used to sell in rum for the mafia during Prohibition?
I think that didn't help them. I think he was also kind of an appeaser during the Second World War, and that did not help them either. He probably would have been president had he not said that Hitler's not that big a deal.
He's not so bad.
I have one of his paintings hanging up in my room.
He's a great artist.
Yeah.
I tell you,
They lobotomized one of their daughters.
They
Like,
did.
locked her away in an institution or something, didn't
They did.
Yep.
Yeah. The Kennedys.
Well, one of
are-
his granddaughters overdosed a couple months or a couple years ago, last year maybe.
most of his grandchildren overdosed. I think
Yeah.
that they every once in a while you hear about them, the Kennedys get into some kind of trouble.
Well, no, it was because it was big news because they found her on the Kennedy's compound and she was supposed to be the good daughter who was at school, and they found that she was almost dead. I don't know if
Wasn't Schwarzenegger married to a Kennedy, or is
Yeah.
married to a Kennedy?
He was married to, let's see, I think it would have been President Kennedy's brother-in-law's daughter. So President Kennedy's niece, I think, is who Schwarzenegger was married to for all those years. And now their daughter is married to Star-Lord.
Yeah, no,
Chris Pratt.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
not Peter Quill.
Not literally Star-Lord, no. The
Not
actor,
the real Star-Lord.
the actor who plays him.
Speaking of it, have you guys seen any of the What Ifs on Disney?
I have not.
No.
I haven't either. Are they any good?
They are, but one is if the Black Panther became Star-Lord.
Wasn't that the
Yeah.
last thing that Chadwick Boseman did before he
I think
passed
so.
away?
Yeah.
I think he did the voices for that whole series before.
Yeah.
But they go the head guy, the head Ravenger, what's his name?
Yondu.
Yondu outsourced it out to his crew, who ended up taking T'Challa, not Peter Quill. And so there's that scene where they walk him in and Yondu goes, "Who is this?" And they go, "This is the kid you want." And they go, "No, it's not." And he pulls up a picture of Peter Quill. He goes, "Does they look the same?" And the guy,
This is not the same kid.
his lieutenant goes, "He has 2 eye holes, a nose hole, a mouth hole, and 2 ear holes. What's the problem?"
I feel like just geographically, it would be difficult to mistake Missouri for Wakanda.
Yeah, I think so too.
But
Well,
I
it's
guess
kinda
if you're
hard to
not from
find, too,
around
you know?
here,
If you're just
they-
landing on Earth randomly, it's hard to just land into Wakanda. You know,
well, that's
I would-
true.
Well, he threw a spear out, and so they just scooped him up. It's like, this is the kid.
This is our man right here.
I know the what ifs have caused quite a little bit of stir because they have recast Captain Marvel with her what if voice actress.
Really?
Good.
Yeah, so Brie Larson is no longer going to be Captain Marvel in future stuff.
Really?
Yeah, they've actually replaced her with 2 different actresses, was what I was reading earlier. So it's kind of weird. So
I didn't have a problem with her. I did when I watched Shang-Chi, I kind of had a problem because she seemed like a much bigger deal in that movie than what she was good for what she did in the end game and stuff. But like that movie, she was like, "Oh, so Bruce Banner has my number. He will give it to you guys so you guys can get in touch with me. I gotta go." And like she runs off, and Bruce Banner goes, "Yeah, I don't have a number."
Just kidding. I don't have her number. And she's only reachable via pager or whatever. So
A 1994 era pager.
technology.
Well, the
Well-
best part is Bruce Banner goes, "She does this all the time."
I gotta go across the universe. Just
Bye,
page me.
guys.
So,
Hulk's got
Don't
my
like
number. Definitely don't have her number.
That unstable guy's got my number. It's fine.
Well, we'll get into that more, I'm sure, in just a few minutes because that's our main topic for this episode is continuing the MCU movies and shows. But before we get to that, we do want to go over just kind of things that are happening this week. There's a lot that's happened this week, and plenty of it we won't go over. But James, you had made some notes about your hunting trip recently that you just got back from not too long ago. You want to share us about that?
Oh yeah, I was able to go back to Cotton Squalor over the last couple of weeks. Very successful hunting trip this time around. I got 2 bucks, so I'm tagged out on those. Put some good meat in the freezer, and me and my wife have decided to try to make jerky. So we brought some back straps, got a meat slicer, and I have currently got some meat marinating to try to make jerky.
You gotta share this. You gotta share this jerky when you get it done now.
Oh, well, I mean, that's the hard part. Like, my father-in-law is already saying, well, bring some down, because my wife's going back down for Thanksgiving, and my wife is already like, I don't think there'll be anything left.
I don't think there'll be any jerky left.
No deer jerky for Casey.
Oh,
Yep.
man. Just ship me some to Tennessee. It'll be fine.
It'll get lost in the mail. That's what'll happen.
Yeah, just tell me you shipped it.
Doesn't
Oh yeah,
the jerky process take a little bit of time?
No, surprisingly, it doesn't. Pretty much I cleaned up the back straps, got all the sinewy, like, silver skin off of it, and we sliced it up into about 1/4 inch thick little, like, medallions. Marinated it in some soy sauce and Worcestershire and some other spices and everything, and then we'll just pop it into the dehydrator on the air fryer, and we should have jerky. Should be a 2-day process. So
nice.
Just wait. You use that dehumidifier on that air fryer.
well, it's a dehydrator, not a dehumidifier. So
Oh, it's dehydrated.
Well, I mean, they basically do the same thing, just in different places.
yeah, basically.
Because I did that with some peppers, and 20 hours later, they was finally done.
Dang.
I wouldn't dehydrate peppers. That's a little weird. But you,
Well, no,
you
I
do
did
you.
so I could do it, put in dry rubs.
Like grind them up or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
that you could just buy those from the store. They sell them.
Yeah, but I had some peppers going bad, and I didn't want to let them be wasted.
I think they're in the Latino section of the store.
They're
They better
probably in
spend
the
a lot of time there.
vegetables.
Yeah, they
I
might
had
be in the
peppers
vegetables as
going
well.
bad, so I did not want to waste them. I spent money on my peppers. I didn't want to use them.
Avery don't believe in wasting, so it's very good. I'm proud of you, Avery.
So
Amber, what are you watching right now?
Why?
Because I'm just curious. We're doing the YouTube experiment right now. You're on a visual medium. Everyone can see you're watching something.
Everybody's
What are
gonna be
you
like, "What's that guy
right
watching?"
now?
Well, I'm actually playing baseball.
Again, all Avery does is play baseball. Man, I was playing Arkham City, but I turned it off when we started.
You're still playing it,
I
don't you? Andrew?
multitask.
everybody's multitasking here.
Well, if
I'm
anybody
trying to
can do it,
close
it's
the
Avery.
game.
Speaking of sports games and stuff, I'm going to have to brush up on my Madden because if everything goes well on Monday, I'm going to be coaching running backs for our high school football team.
Nice.
Yeah.
You're gonna bring that to NFL experience to the local town.
That's right. Yeah, I'm going to bring my years of sports knowledge and firsthand experience.
Well, they don't know that you learned it all from Madden. Technically, that's professional football.
There was
You're not
one
wrong.
year. There was one year they released a copy of Madden. It was like coaching edition, and it actually came with like a play sheet of the plays you could run in Madden for offense and defense. And I remember playing intramural football, and there was a team that used that, and they would call their plays off of that sheet.
Nice.
But I don't think you could find that sheet anywhere, Andrew. So what you should do is go to like a Waffle House or a Denny's and steal a menu and just call the plays off of that menu.
I've got this part down. Rolling something up and pointing with it.
Yeah.
That's an important coaching tool.
You need to get like one of those old like straw looking sort of hats. So you can
do
put it down in frustration.
I was literally thinking about that the other day because when I think football coach, you all know who I think of, I'm sure. And I think of that straw hat. So
nice.
I think I'll need to get one. The real question is this: will I wear shorts at practices?
No,
You don't wear shorts.
I don't
now.
wear shorts ever for any reason. So, unless I'm at like the beach or something, but I do not typically wear shorts. So I was thinking, should I get some shorts to wear? But
no.
I've only seen you wear shorts like a handful of times, and we've been lifelong friends.
yeah,
So
I don't wear them. My wife has seen me in them more than anybody, obviously, because I do wear them around the house for pajamas, in the summer. But I don't know. I'm just not a shorts guy. But I feel like I've got to get tennis shoes and white socks that go almost up to my knee, and
No, that's
khaki
the
shorts.
gym t-shirt. That's the gym t-shirt.
You should just wear khaki pants, but wear your white sneakers and have the white socks that come all the way up to your knees over the khaki pants. So tuck your pants into your socks.
Perfect. That sounds exactly right.
That's the look you need right there.
That would be awesome.
Options. You got the
You
collar
could
shirt.
be calling out plays like I need a grand slam with hash browns,
A large Diet Coke.
covered.
Run a super bird right now. Don't ask questions. Just run the super bird. Go.
Yep.
But see, you got two shirt options: the collar
T-bone
shirt
steak and eggs.
or the-
T-bone steak and eggs. That's
or the
what you need.
The wind blazer.
Just keep repeating it. That means different things.
Avery, mine will definitely be a collared shirt. I'm going to get some sweet polos.
Don't forget to get those gloves. So when
Oh, yeah.
you can throw up the you can throw up the M.
Right. Yeah. I'll have a headset
I actually
like
have
Casey's wearing.
I actually have some polo coaching shirts from when I coached at our high school. I don't know if they'll fit you though, but
They 100%
you're more than
will
welcome to
not.
have them. So
We I have a couple.
They'll just fit kind of snug. They'll be
They
fine.
will not fit at all. Now, I will tell you, unrelated, but I was in the breezeway of our high school the other day, and one of the teachers was talking about how her mom lost like 100 pounds by only eating one meal a day. So I started doing that, and I've lost 11 pounds.
Nice.
very nice.
So if that keeps up, James, maybe in 6 or 7 months, I'll be able to fit in those shirts, but
Maybe
not today.
Not today. I think every play should just mean run down the middle, no matter what you say. Just run down the middle.
That's what our high
Yeah.
school used to do.
that's the only play they know.
But you call a different play every time or whatever.
Yeah.
That's always what it
I
means.
got you. So
But just
sometimes
remember-
you call like a child-sized chocolate milk.
Yeah.
And sometimes you call, just going off the Denny's thing. And sometimes you call the club sandwich.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the
what it would
kids
be.
know that
Toasted.
whatever this guy says, don't listen because it just means run.
Yeah, just run it down the middle.
Or,
Yeah,
or if
I,
you want
I really
jazz it up a
think
little
I
bit.
really think you should yell T-bone steak and eggs
T-bone,
as many
T-bone,
times as humanly
Steak and
possible.
eggs. T-bone,
But
steak and eggs.
see, if you want to jazz it up some,
Yeah.
you could say, "I want the grand slam with sausage links, no bacon,"
Oh my gosh.
and that means that the tight end runs out for a pass that he never gets.
There you go. Just a useless pass route.
I love it.
Yeah,
It'll work every time.
I think
a
that's it.
distraction.
First coaches meeting you have, you just walk in there and you'll be like, "This is what we're doing, boys," and lay it out there. They'll love it. Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure.
you'll be head coach before too long.
I hope not. If
Now,
it gets
hold
to
on.
that point, we're in
So-
bad shape.
So I'm just gonna throw this out there. James was telling me because I just bought Madden 22, which is just the same game but with better graphics. James was telling me this morning. He said, "If you get it, we can do a franchise mode together." Can we add in Andrew? Is Madden one of those cross-gen things like baseball?
I don't know if it's a cross-platform thing. So
We should check on that. Andrew, you should join us in Madden.
I know
Oh.
Rocket League is cross-platform.
I have no intention of buying. I've got like Madden 18 or something. I don't need another Madden game. They're the exact same every single year.
The
How about
graphics are
Madden?
so much better though.
I've got
But
Madden
this one, you could
95.
join
just
me and
sitting
James.
around.
4K.
Yeah,
And you
but
can
they're
learn
it's
some
fine.
new techniques.
It's fine. I'll be able to learn the plays off Madden, just like I learned. Really, you're not wrong about that. That's pretty good advice because I learned a lot of the names of pro wrestling maneuvers through WWE games. So you can really learn a lot off of those games.
The only thing that you cannot learn off those games is how to trade for Calvin Johnson.
Yeah, but I'm going to be an assistant coach for a high school team. I don't think I'll be making too many high pressure trades.
I think
Or
you
I'm
should.
encouraging other
You
kids
should
to
always
transfer to
trade for the smallest lineman and the largest running back.
Hmm.
It sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, that sounds solid.
You don't think they have high school trading? You don't transfer portals, anything like that? Like,
But I'm sure I won't be involved in those decisions.
I mean, you're the running back coach. If you're trying to get a better running back, you should be involved in those decisions.
Yeah, but I'm like, no, I don't.
You should get a 26-year-old to enroll at the school.
James, you want to come play football?
James is
could.
not 26.
Yeah, I'm not 26,
No, they wouldn't know James.
but
is
but
not-
according to you guys, I am like a warlock. So yeah,
No, but
Yeah.
you are the elder horseman.
I am.
So I don't know.
So if anybody could pass for a high schooler, it's definitely me.
How do you do, fellow kids?
Hi, kids.
So
What do you think of these iPhones?
Okay.
What do you
So-
think of this Nokia?
What do you think of this Tamagotchi, kids?
Have you heard of the latest game?
You
Snake?
gotta feed them or they will die.
So also this week we had Casey. I know this isn't your thing really, but it's a developing theme to talk a little bit about wrestling, and we had more WWE releases. Well, it's not yours either, but it's more yours than Casey's. We had more WWE releases. I'll go down the list. There's only 8 of them. Ashante Adonis. I don't know who that is. Drake Maverick is Rockstar Spud. Isaiah Swerve Scott. I don't know who that is. Jackson Riker. I don't know who that is. John Morrison was Johnny Nitro.
And Johnny
Mundo.
Mundo.
Yeah, in
and
Lucha
Johnny-
Underground. Shane Thorne was part of a tag team where his partner was released some time ago. They're from Australia, called The Mighty Don't Kneel. Tegan Knox, I don't know who that is, and Top Dollar, I don't know who that
She's the
is.
one that like every time she wrestled, she like blew out her ACL.
Yeah,
Who?
that
Which one?
Tegan Knox.
Tegan Knox.
Yeah.
Like her first match was in that big tournament, and like did a moonsault and like blew out her knee.
Hey, bro, you know what I love about you?
I know that.
No, you just said, oh, wrestling's not my thing either. And then you rattled off all this stuff about this obscure women's wrestler.
Everybody knows
No.
everything about wrestling. Don't let him fool you.
She
So-
wasn't. She's not a bad wrestler.
But
Do
what
they
do we
have
make
any-
of this? Releases week after week after week.
Do they have any wrestlers left?
Well,
No.
They
Um,
have some sports entertainers left.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah, that's a no-go word.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw a tweet from a person who was like, "We get closer and closer every day to WWE using computer generated wrestlers."
You know, that wouldn't surprise me.
Okay. While we sitting here discussing this, has anybody ever took the time? I like how we doing this whole podcast thing for YouTube, and Andrew's changing names.
That was me.
I've definitely not changed any names.
Casey changed his own name now.
That's not his name.
The power is mine now. My name is not Casey anymore, as you can see.
Okay, turd Ferguson.
Let's see. Let's see what WWE.
That's the Burt Reynolds thing, man, from
It is
Saturday Night Live.
Norm McDonald.
Yeah.
Yeah. R.I.P.
Yep.
R.I.P. man.
So what do you think, James? Are WWE gearing up for a sale?
I think so. They've got to be doing something. I mean,
they've been geared up for months.
At this point, I know they hired a whole bunch of people to just kind of try to squash AEW, who they're not in competition with or anything like that. Because AEW is meaningless to WWE, but now they're cutting people left and right. It's been like 2 weeks since the last big release, or 3 weeks or so. Used to, it was like you'd get 3 or 4 months in between releases, but they've released a ton of people just the last month. And yeah, I think Vince is gearing up to either sell and get out, or they're just deciding to completely tank it.
I mean, John Morrison was kind of a big name for them.
And yet again, they set up a feud between Morrison and The Miz, and there won't ever be a payback or a payoff for it, because when they first did it, his first go around in WWE, they set up the heel turn, they set up the tag team split, and then they released it. Same thing happened this go around, where they set up the split, and then the Miz ran off to go do Dancing with the Stars or something, and there you go, they release him.
If I was going to release anybody, it would have been the Miz. I guess Drake Maverick kind of comes as a surprise. I would have assumed he was sort of protected by Triple H, but kind of seems like Triple H doesn't have that kind of pull.
No, I think Triple H has kind of been pushed to the wayside.
Jackson Riker, who is that? Is that
he was one of the Fortunate Sons? Was the group had Jackson Riker, Buddy Murphy's former tag team partner, I think Blake Westler or something like that. They kind of, one of them, when they finally got called up to the main roster, said some very concerning remarks about a former president, and very right-wing leaning comments that kind of got them pulled.
That's him. That's Jackson Riker.
Yeah.
He was Gunner in Impact.
Yeah.
Was he the one that was married to Charlotte Flair?
No, that's Thomas Lattimore.
Oh, right. Right. Well, so no surprise there. I know Riker, he rubbed a lot of people the wrong way, I think. But
so I Googled their roster, and I counted 85 that's on the main roster.
85
left.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a good size if you've got the right 85, but compared to what
they
though.
They also have in people like Paul Heyman, Pat McAfee, Sonya Deville, Adam Pearce, and Bruce Pitcher.
On their roster?
Yeah, on this list. But I tried to not count them.
I mean,
Yeah.
Adam Pearce is a former NWA champion.
That's true.
2-time, ain't he?
They also have Michael Cole. But if you put all the things together, NXT UK, 205 Live, which I guess they still count people in that brand. Supposedly they have 256 people.
Wow.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound right. That's crazy.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, and I'm not seeing no names that they have released on the list that this thing's keeping counting. Well, okay. Sorry, let's strike that. They still have Jonathan Coachman on this list. So I don't think
He's still working for ESPN.
As far as I
No.
know, he is.
I don't know. He had a bad fallout with WWE. So
Last time I heard anything from Jonathan Coachman, I was watching the Golf Channel, and they were doing the long drive competition, and he was like the MC for it.
I don't
Guys-
see that out of Coachman.
I think they missed the opportunity to build upon something. They have a guy on the list named of Tyson T-Bone. They should just drop Tyson and put Steak, and then find somebody that they can call Egg.
It's a T-bone steak and eggs.
Yeah.
Steak and eggs.
I think they would be a big hit.
So for the listeners out there, one time, and I don't even remember why me and Casey did this, but we filled Andrew's I think it was Facebook page
Yeah, it was.
full of us just going back and forth. One of us would say T-bone and the other one would say steak and eggs. And we filled his entire
Oh man, I don't know why we do anything.
entire
that we do.
Facebook
That was
page
stupid.
full of T-bone steak and eggs. And what I love is every now and then we will get a memory that's like, oh, you have a memory today. And then you go and look and it's just us putting T-bone steak and eggs.
You know, that
I've
came
put-
up not long ago, and I shared it. And I said, I don't know what this was about. I didn't know then. I don't know now. It's just what they did.
It's just crazy.
We took a break on maintaining Aberry's fan page that day, I guess.
I guess.
Well,
it
you guys
needs
have
to be updated. For the,
Have
It does need to be.
have
It
Twitter.
sorely needs to be updated. But we get views. We still get 2 or 3 views a month on it. So also this week, the new trailer for Spider-Man No Way Home was released. Casey, have you seen that?
I did. I watched it the other day when you said, "Hey, have you guys seen this trailer?" So I went and
Okay.
looked it up like right then.
So the Fabulous Club brothers have not seen it.
by the way, it's the third Spider-Man movie. And usually in all the other ones, I have never got past the second one. I haven't even seen the Garfunkel one.
Garfield. It's not
No.
Garfunkel.
No, he's the Garfunkel.
Garfunkel one. Man,
It's Andrew Garfield. It's not like Simon and Garfunkel here.
He's
Simon.
the star band.
So James and I were kind of talking before we started recording about how clearly they've edited the other 2 Spider-Man
Spider-Man
out
out.
of that.
I've heard that like the
I mean-
scene where he's fighting the whatever Sandman and
So
everybody.
when he's fighting Sandman and
cool.
Electro and Lizard,
Yeah.
if you watch the Lizard section of that,
like gets kicked or
he
something.
gets
don't he?
kicked by nobody. Like there's nobody there, but yet his head snaps back in the other direction as his body's going one way.
Nope, I
So-
got it. It's not the other
Totally.
Spider-Man. You know what it is? It's the Invisible Woman. It's the Fantastic Four.
They're making their appearance.
They're
in
they're
this.
making their MCU appearance, but
This is how
they've
they
been
come
here
in.
the whole time.
That's the MCU's thing.
Just
They've been
invisible.
No, I can tell you who it is. It's the Punisher. He snipes him out of
That's
the window
possible too.
from a mile away.
Way too
Kills
dark
him.
for Disney. Way
They
too
just don't
dark.
kills him
No.
instantly.
No,
Brains everywhere.
no, it's it's the
Just that
you know,
pink
it's like a
mist.
rubber bullet. It just flies in, and he just goes down.
It's not though.
Stalking.
It's an actual
No.
bullet. The dude's brain is out, at the side of his
Yeah.
head.
Or
That's the
or
end of the lizard.
or it's Daredevil. He threw his cane and just
Daredevil's in this, they say.
Yeah, they say he's in it. Yeah,
So-
I call BS. and come to you.
because Happy finds him an attorney.
Yeah, and it's Matt Murdock.
Yep,
There's
By the
pictures
way,
that have leaked,
guys-
Barry.
Is it gonna
Yeah,
be
there's-
the two?
there's
isn't
stuff
it?
out there. So I don't know.
Wait,
I don't know
wait,
who
wait.
Disney thinks they're fooling anymore with this whole. Oh, it's just the one Spider-Man. Everybody knows. Like it's
Literally
out.
Gotta
everyone
be the other
knows.
two. Why would they have all the
Um,
villains from the other two movies and not have the Spider-Mans? I don't know.
That's a great
guys,
You gotta
question.
have the
Why
special
wouldn't
I'm gonna
they?
effects.
blow your minds.
We just got the bad guys out of the universes, not the good guys.
So Daredevil, the Ben Affleck one, which
Has the guy that plays Happy as Foggy.
has to
Oh.
is Foggy in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It probably won't be the Ben Affleck one though.
It's
definitely
not.
not an
It's gonna
MCU.
be.
That's like-
It's gonna be the Netflix Charlie Cox one.
Nice.
I'm just gonna say that Happy finds him Daredevil, and then if you really think about it, Daredevil is and Happy as friends.
Maybe
Same.
Happy will find him Foggy Nelson, also played by Happy Hogan there. Maybe that's what'll happen. It won't be alternate Daredevil. It'll be Foggy Nelson coming through,
Yeah.
played by the guy.
That'd be awesome.
So speaking of
Who is it?
Marvel, we do have the rest of the Marvel watch through to get through real quick. So where we left off was Avengers Age of Ultron. We've already established that nobody watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. But next, after this little bunch of S.H.I.E.L.D. here, is Daredevil Season 1. Did anybody watch Daredevil?
It's fantastic.
It is
I mean,
amazing.
it
great.
follows Man Without Fear comic to almost a T.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
perfect.
As somebody who doesn't know anything about Daredevil, go watch season 1 on Netflix and you will learn a ton about Daredevil.
It is not for
and-
the faint-hearted, though. It is
Yeah,
a
it is
bloody
not.
show.
Yeah,
Pretty gritty.
Netflix was like, we're going to show the grittier side of the comics. Where like they're called graphic novels for a reason because they're graphic. So
We
here
gonna
you
get
go.
graphic.
Yeah. Yeah, hands down, one of my favorite set of like comic book stuff has been the Netflix run of Daredevil and The Punisher.
Yeah,
They're
yeah, I
cool.
agree. It, I'm in the middle of watching it now because my wife and I we're doing kind of a Marvel watch through, and when we got to Daredevil, she can't stand it. It is just violent and gritty, so she didn't like it. So I've been watching it, and I'm making a good dent in season 1. But man, it is great television.
Yeah.
Casey, what'd you think? I'm sorry, Turd Ferguson. What'd you think?
Thank you for getting my name right, first of all. And second of all, it was awesome. The end.
Yeah,
I
enough
thought
said.
it was good. Enough said. It was great. It's been a while since I've watched it. I'll have to go back and rewatch it sometime. I like the idea of rewatching everything in chronological order or whatever. And I'll have to do that sometime. But when I watched it, it was really good.
Yeah,
Recommend A+.
perfect. Hey Barry, what you think?
It's good. I mean, it's a good watch. I like the breakdown of how they did it. And most of the stunts was single takes and stuff. So
Yeah, they
The
had
best-
that hallway fight.
that is one of the best fights in like modern rankings. Is that
Yeah, it was
Gotta-
awesome.
Was the Punisher scene where he was in prison? Was that actually in Daredevil? Like
Yeah, it was
in
Daredevil 2,
season
season
two.
2.
season 2. That was a really cool scene too.
We'll get there
And
in
I mean-
just a minute.
We'll get there.
And that
I'm
was
getting ahead of myself.
and that was the thing right there. Like the way they did season 1 of Daredevil and then they built it into season 2, which introduced the Punisher and leading up towards a sort of like Defenders universe was pretty good.
I think they should do this when they reboot the MCU, because they will eventually, but they should just do shows. I don't think they should do movies anymore. I think they should do streaming shows.
They
just
can
like
do
this.
a lot more storytelling. I feel like in the shows, they've got a lot more time.
You get a little bit more freedom instead of you're confined to that 2-hour time frame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's how comics are. Comics are episodic. It's like TV shows. It's not like just reading a book. It's like reading a TV show, basically.
Yeah.
The only problem with that is the CG budget. But I think with what Disney has done with WandaVision, Loki, and
Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Falcon and the Winter
they
Soldier.
have said, well, we are going to do this storytelling and we are going to make it where it still looks movie quality CG,
Yeah.
but at this price point.
They did it with the Mandalorian too. Mandalorian
Yeah.
looked great. But next up, after Daredevil season 1 comes AntMan.
Yeah, I mean, it's a movie. It's comical. It's funny.
It was entertaining. I thought it was a good.
It was
Yeah.
fine.
That's about it.
I liked this is where I think that when they de-aged Hank Pym, what's his name? Oh my gosh.
Kurt Russell. No, it's not Kurt Russell. It's Michael Douglas.
Michael Douglas. This is when that de-aging stuff really got good. Was right here because man, he looked great. I loved pieces.
They
of
de-aged Kurt Russell in Guardians of the Galaxy too.
Yeah, they did, and that looked pretty good too. But I think this is where they perfected that. You know, like you said, it was all right.
I mean, it was a good story. I mean, when you watch the first introducing of Scott Lang and Avengers, Earth Mightiest Heroes and stuff like that, that one's a little bit better because it made him and Hank Pym more of a same age kind of deal. So when Scott steals the suit, Hank then does the yellow jacket suit. So it makes them more of a contemporary, not a passing it down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't mind that though in this. It made some sense, although in the comics, obviously, Hank Pym is a contemporary of Tony Stark and Bruce Banner and, Fantastic Four and whatever. So he's not an old man, but he's been around a while.
Well, I mean, he's the first AntMan that does the Avengers.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. So
I mean, I don't know. Like, that's where I was thinking more of it is going to go that route, not old Hank Pym, where it's like, so this guy used to be the AntMan and used to do all these cool things. And he used to fight alongside Captain America in Germany, destroying tanks and stuff, being the invisible guy.
Yeah.
Because there's that scene where he's charging one of the Hydra strongholds and kicking
but
tanks.
that was in the 1980s. That was not in World War II.
Well, but I'm just
he's
saying,
not that old, Avery. Avery's got him at 150 over here.
Back in 1940.
It's just I don't know. I would rather like to see the more contemporary.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I think that would have been better. Next up is one I did not watch, Jessica Jones.
First season was all right.
I made it through episode 2 and was like, I can't. I'm done.
Yeah, maybe I'm not very good either, but I watched the first episode and I don't think I got any beyond that. I had intentions to watch it, but I never did.
Well,
Andrew, did you see it?
Never. I didn't watch a frame of it. Not a single frame.
Man, so we can't really comment on it. It might be amazing. I don't know.
Well, so my thing with the MCU is there are heroes that I'm interested in, and there are heroes that I'm not interested in. And, not super interested in the Inhumans. You know what I mean? Not super interested in any version of Captain Marvel. Just not interested really. And Jessica Jones is one of those. Just not interested. Not somebody that I've read or anything. So didn't really watch it.
Plan to watch it on your MCU watch through?
No.
You're gonna skip right over that one?
Right over it. Just not even.
Never happened.
Never happened. Next up, there's an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. batch, and then Daredevil season 2. This is where the Punisher is introduced.
Nice.
Yep. Again, it's good take on how to introduce somebody instead of just being like, "Whoop, he was here the whole time."
They
Like
were there the whole
that is seriously
time.
Marvel's biggest issue is, oh, we need this person to be here, but we're not going to give them their like own standalone movie. So they were here the whole time, and then, well, we're going to kill off the villain at the end because, who needs it?
You know what? You're exactly right. And AntMan, Avery was alluding to, is a perfect example of that because, why would we need the Avengers initiative? Why was that a big deal if AntMan's been around since the 1980s?
Or the 1940s, whatever.
Or 40s, whichever.
Who knows?
But, they do that whenever they introduce somebody and then they do flashbacks of, oh, they've been here the whole time. It creates plot holes that they don't feel very well.
No,
I'm
they
just-
don't. They just kind of gloss over it.
So
I just
James the
wonder how-
Punisher is kind of your guy. What do you think about the casting of what's his name, John something for the Punisher?
Oh, I thought it was a good casting. I mean, he's definitely top two of Punisher castings. I mean, I like the Thomas Jane Punisher, especially since I found that tidbit of information where Kevin Nash, who plays the Russian, and it was actually stabbed in the chest during filming.
Know that.
And then yeah, he does a really good job. I mean, I liked him when he played Shane in The Walking Dead. And he does a good job as the Punisher. So
I
I
love
always enjoyed
the,
the Punisher movies too.
Casey brought up that prison fight scene. Another just great fight scene.
It was a great scene.
Hey Barry, Daredevil season 2.
It was good. I mean, it kind of had some of its out there moments. I think it was more of a Punisher storyline. Just because of they followed him, trying to figure out who killed his family.
yeah, I mean that right there was good enough to set up for the upcoming Punisher seasons.
Well, yeah, you're right. I'm just saying. I mean, it was more Punisher heavy than Daredevil heavy.
Yeah.
Because that was the more of the story points was the Punisher.
What let's see here. What was going on in Daredevil's
Well, Stick and Elektra was back because the hand, and they want to get Daredevil to help fight the war, which ended up that Elektra became the Black Star.
Black Sky?
Sky, sorry. It's been a while since I've seen it.
Yeah.
They could have just as easily called her the Black Star. That's all right.
Yeah.
Which the Punisher helped, try to stop that because he shot a guy from, after he went and killed his general to save Daredevil.
Oh yeah, doesn't
Off the rooftop.
he cuts Daredevil cuts that one guy's head off.
Yeah, Nobu,
Nobu. It's something like that. Nobu,
Yeah.
something like that.
Which then they just pick his head up and jumps off with it.
Yeah.
But it was, I mean, it was good for what it was. To pick up the storyline to keep moving forward.
Casey, final thoughts on the Punisher? Or I'm sorry, Daredevil season 2?
Whatever show we were talking about.
Whatever
right
we're
now.
talking about.
No, it was good. Final thoughts. It was great. The prison scene, amazing. And my memory span just is not as good as Avery's. I don't remember every detail about it much, but the prison scene was great.
Yeah. Next up, Captain America: Civil War.
It was good. It's a different kind of Marvel movie.
I tell you what, I'm actually, it was actually really like I sat down this past week and watched Shang-Chi, and I watched Black Widow before I watched Shang-Chi, and it actually filled in a lot of gaps
For Civil War?
Yeah, because it was right after all the people was arrested. Ross was hunting down Natasha to arrest her. And so she had to go in hiding, which then that started the whole Black Widow movie. And then at the end of Black Widow, she talks about going back and trying to save the other family after she saved her family. So she had to go back to help re-put the Avengers back together. So it filled in gaps between, how they actually got back into the whole thing of Avengers kind of deal. Not that how Infinity War started where, hey, Vision and Wanda doing their lovely things, and then, oh look, Black Widow's here. And Captain America.
Yeah, I'm still not going to watch any of those movies.
Well, then we don't talk about those.
We'll get to them.
No, we don't, because nobody else has seen them.
Okay.
Just Avery.
I'm just
James?
saying.
Captain America Civil War.
I mean, it brought Spider-Man into the MCU, so
Yeah.
there you go.
That was a big deal. Because Sony still owns the rights to Spider-Man movies. That was a big deal.
Like he just showed up. Oh, there's Spider-Man. What's he doing here?
Yep.
Well, I think it brought a bunch of people into the whole theme of the Avengers. You brought in the Winter Soldier, Black Panthers got involved more, AntMan got involved more.
I mean, but they had already had movies. Well, Black Panther hadn't had a movie, but
Well, yeah, but that was it. They had their own standalone movie. So by doing Captain America Civil War, you put them all in the same timeline or in the same place at the same time.
Yeah, but Spider-Man, that was impossible before now. Sony would not have allowed Marvel to do this had the MCU not been tremendously successful.
yeah.
Marvel can't make Spider-Man movies without Sony's approval. And so
That's
the fact
true.
that they let them do this was incredible. They could have
Yeah.
made Black Panther movies until, till the moon goes blue from cold.
But what
Spider-Man
I'm
was a big
saying,
deal.
what I'm saying is that was the first time in the history of making a movie, a superhero movie, that you had more than 3 team up together.
I think maybe the Avengers
you
one
had,
would
you
have
had
been.
2 Avenger movies before
Yes,
Captain American Civil War.
but what I'm saying is that was just the 5. That's Hulk, Thor, Iron Man, Captain America. Well, 6. Black
Okay,
Widow, and
Hold on,
then
let's
you
count
added-
Black Widow, Hawkeye, Iron
I'm
Man,
done.
Thor, Captain America, the Hulk, Wanda, Vision.
So 7, big whoop. But I'm just saying that introduced more of the outlier ones like Ant-Man, Black Panther, who was like, hey, these people are in this universe, but are they going to actually team up or have anything to do with the Avengers?
Well, pretty much if you'd watched the Ant-Man movie, it said he would return in Civil War.
Everybody's gone.
Yep.
I might be.
Don't be gone. Next up is another one I didn't watch. Luke Cage, season 1.
It was entertaining.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was good. It's one of the first ones that actually shows the comic book accurate outfit for Luke Cage, because there's a flashback of him like escaping and he puts on the classic Luke Cage outfit, even down to the like silver headband. So
Wow, stylish.
Yeah. Very stylish.
Casey,
that was
did you
because
watch
of the
it?
test experiment.
I didn't get to see it either.
I didn't either. Hey, Barry, did you
Mhm.
watch Luke Cage?
Yeah, but the outfit was because that's what they was testing him in.
I mean, yeah, that's where the bracelets and the helmet thing came from, the headband, but he stole the outfit off of like a clothesline.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying, I mean, that's where the bracelets and stuff came from, was because he was being tested on. But again, that gave you another villain that they kind of eliminated.
Yeah.
Who's the villain?
Cottonmouth.
I'm
Yep.
not sure
Well, I
who
guess
that
they
is.
brought him back in season 2.
I
He
guess
gets
he's
killed off really quick in season 2.
Is he a specific Luke Cage villain?
He is.
He's like one of the main.
Well, next up is another movie, Doctor Strange. I have a problem with this one.
What's your problem with it?
Well, if you're Doctor Strange and you've got a giant demon that's trying to invade Earth, right?
Yeah.
And you can trap it in a time loop, is there anybody that you couldn't trap in a time loop? Like maybe you try that on Thanos. Maybe that works really well.
Maybe that should have been like step number 1 with Thanos. Like, let's try that thing.
But the problem was Thanos had a couple of the stones already.
Yeah, he had 4 of the Infinity Stones by the time he meets Strange.
Yeah, but Strange had the time stone.
Yeah, but Thanos had the Reality Stone, so
he can make
That's
anything
true.
his own reality.
That's true. So I wonder then if you have 2 stones that are against each other like that, I wonder what happens. Maybe the universe
probably
explodes.
cancels each other out.
Maybe it does.
Who knows?
But see, I mean, the problem with the time stone was he couldn't do that because that would be going against the whole messing with time thing.
But he'd already done it.
Yeah, but he reset, like he stopped it.
Yeah, when the villain surrendered.
Yeah, and made the promise of like, I'll be good and I won't do this. And
I'll be
rewound
good.
everything.
I'll be a good demon.
It just goes to show you don't text and drive. Moving on.
Yeah, it's true.
You guys need to watch the what ifs of that one. That one's a good one.
I've been meaning to watch that, and I just haven't had time. After Doctor Strange, we get Iron Fist season 1.
Terrible. Just
I didn't
terrible.
mind it.
Was it bad?
Oh, I mean,
Part of the Defenders.
all
there?
of the martial arts scenes was like, all right, we're gonna shoot everybody else going at really fast pace, and we're gonna have to slow them down through editing because the guy playing Iron Fist doesn't know how to throw a punch. Go.
I'm not saying that was the best in the world, but again, they did stay true to the comic book by casting a American in the role, because that's what Danny is.
Nobody
Yeah.
said anything. They needed to cast an Asian in that role, Avery. It was
Well,
just,
no, that was the big
you
push,
try to
because
get
they-
somebody that knows martial arts in that role.
no, it's not. That was the big hoopla in Hollywood was, well, they didn't cast the Asian person in this role. They didn't cast the Asian person in that role. No, but in Danny,
That's because the woke movement doesn't understand comic books.
They really don't understand much of anything, honestly.
now I might actually leave.
You're the one that brought this up. They're the ones that were pushing for it.
No, I was just bringing up that the whole thing of that they cast the American in the role of Danny because that's why it was in the comic book.
Who else would they have cast in that role? It calls for a white American. That's what they got. Just
And-
get somebody that has martial arts training to actually pull off the martial arts moves that are required for Iron Fist.
And one of the reasons they
That's all
booked
I'm
him-
saying.
Surely somebody's got some training. In.
Well, the only reason they booked him was because he was coming off of Games of Thrones. He was the big name actor at the time. So, I mean, it was good for what it was.
So, Avery, you say thumbs up?
I mean, it's worth a watch if you liked Iron Fist as a person. I mean, for the show, it's a show.
So maybe thumbs in the middle.
I would probably be thumbs in the middle because I was really looking for the payoff of Heroes for Hire, which
Yeah,
we will probably never get.
probably not. James, thumbs up, thumbs down in the middle.
I mean, it's an okay show, but for martial arts wise, thumbs down.
Casey, did you watch it?
I did not.
Me neither. Next
Lame.
up, SpiderMan Homecoming.
It was good. It definitely got the Marvel, Disney treatment for a
Yeah.
Spider-Man movie. It was a good reintroduction of Spider-Man from the Amazing Spider-Man series. And they didn't kill off the Vulture at the end.
That's true. They didn't.
And they even teased Scorpion.
Yes, they did. Casey?
We're talking about Spider-Man.
Yeah, Spider-Man Homecoming.
It was good. I don't know. Spider-Man's been it's been rebooted so many times in our lifetimes, but it was a good movie. I don't know. it was entertaining.
Yeah. Hey, Barry?
They also teased the Electro with Sticky. What's his name?
It was Shocker they teased.
Yeah,
not
Shocker.
Electra.
Shocker was in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean that's the first time, in a live action movie that you had Shocker and Vulture and the tease of Scorpion.
Yeah.
But again, if they fall through with it, I don't know how they, with the whole new movie that's coming out that they change back time, what will happen. But it was a good movie.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I really liked Michael Keaton as not the Scorpion, as the Vulture. Thought he was really good. It's interesting to see him in a different kind of role for him, so I enjoyed that.
I've been trying to look up something here about Spider-Man. So does Sony have to make a Spider-Man movie like every 5 years to retain ownership of Spider-Man?
Probably.
Yeah, something like that.
That's what I seem to be. I don't know if that's true. Seem to be finding here. I was
That's
wondering
why
if they're
Fox kept making bad Fantastic Four movies.
because they had to make a movie every so many years.
Yeah. That's
Man.
why they made the one in what, 94 or whatever that never got released. It was
That never
so
even
bad.
got released. I was wondering if Spider-Man would ever revert back to Marvel or Disney or whatever, but I don't know. Maybe not.
Sony's probably not going to let that go anytime soon. I think he makes
That
them
is
a lot of
cash
money.
cow for them.
Yeah, for sure.
Video games and movies.
Next up is The Defenders.
It was good. I think Netflix was kind of getting to the point where they were reaching a little bit, trying to put all their main 4 branching stories into one. They were trying to pull a MCU mega movie.
That one where they were like CGIing everybody into the scenes together or something, was it?
No.
Was it?
Seems like they had. It seems like they had something like that. I didn't watch it.
I did watch The Defenders just because
Was it
I'm a
good?
Daredevil fan. If you've not watched Luke Cage and Iron Fist and Jessica Jones, it does not introduce them because it assumes that you've watched the other TV shows. So it does not introduce them from scratch. But I did enjoy it mostly. I thought it was good. It set up Daredevil season 3 very well. So, yes, I enjoyed it. Hey, Barry?
It was good. I enjoyed the beats between everybody. Because you had the whole Daredevil didn't want to fight Elektra because he still loved her. And you had Jessica Jones having, crazy thoughts about, fighting everybody, just wanting to punch everybody. And Luke Cage just trying to figure out what's going on. And Danny going, it's the hand. We got to fight the hand. I got the Iron Fist. I win. But it was good. I mean, I enjoyed it. You really thought Daredevil died at the end of it.
Yeah.
Nobody's seen it. So, I mean, sorry, Casey.
Should have watched it. It's not too late though. It's still on Netflix.
It's been out there for a while.
It did.
Maybe
It
one
did
day.
really well setting up Daredevil season 3, which we'll get to. But yeah, I enjoyed it. James, Did you talk about the Defenders?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see here. Next, after the Defenders comes the Inhumans, which I think went straight to Hulu. I don't think it was.
No, it was on TV.
Was it on TV? I don't think it was well received at all.
It was
I think
decent.
ABC ran it for like 2 weeks, and then it was straight.
No,
to-
they did the whole first season.
I didn't watch
I
it.
didn't watch any of it.
Yeah,
I
I didn't
did.
either. Like I said, I'm not a big Inhumans fan, so I did not watch it. Hey, Bray, you seem to have watched it. What'd you think?
It was good.
Yeah.
I mean, it was decent for a thing that nobody knew about. So
Well, Casey, you didn't watch it, did you?
No,
Okay.
I'm
We'll
just
have
not
to go
realizing
with-
how many I've not watched.
We'll have to go with Aberry's review there. We are running a little bit short of time, so this will be our last one for this week, and then we'll have to do it in a third week. But Thor Ragnarok to cap us off this week. James?
I mean, it was a third Thor movie. They were trying to not be as dark as Thor: The Dark World, so there was a lot more jokes, a lot more cutting up. Brought the Hulk back into the mainstream stuff since he disappeared at the end of Age of Ultron. Yeah. So you want to talk about the revelation that you found about the Hulk, Andrew, this week?
Yes, we will. Casey, what'd you think about Thor Ragnarok?
Thought it was good. It was like a new Hulk movie almost, because the Hulk was heavily featured in it. It was good. It was. I thought it was a good, entertaining movie. I don't know. I enjoyed it.
Hey, Barry?
it was good. I kind of went in with the hopes of more of Planet Hulk kind of vibes instead of just Ragnarok. But who directed that? Was that Gunn?
That was
James
that Waikiki, that guy. He's.
I thought that was the.
Let me look up his name.
No. Gunn didn't do any Ragnaroks or any Thors.
I thought he did.
It was hold please. I can't say it. Taika Waititi. Waititi. Tika Waititi, I think is his name.
But okay, so but Gunn did the Guardians, right?
Right. James Gunn, yeah.
Yeah. So I think they kind of went more that way because they saw how good that kind of did. And so they wanted to capture on having more of a soundtrack and more of a comedic beat than Death and Destruction.
Yeah, they did. That's a way to go. Personally, I think this is a pretty weak, like you said, Barry, it's a pretty weak Planet Hulk movie. I mean, it's fine. It was funny. I didn't hate it, but I don't like everything having to be a joke. Everything shouldn't have to be a joke. Some things, it's fine if they're serious. I mean, his planet was destroyed. He was still making jokes, so
I don't know. I was real hoping for Beta Ray Bill.
Well, he was kind of there a little bit because he was in the.
They killed him off.
Well, they didn't show him, but he had his face on the side of the building there, so it seems like they killed him off. But who knows? Maybe he retired.
I'm just saying. I feel like the Grandmaster and person is not one of those that's like, here's your retirement severance.
No, you're probably
Enjoy the
right.
rest of your life.
But it just it just got me because you was really, if you was gonna do a Planet Hulk kind of movie, I don't know, you maybe should have took some vibes off of the animated movie that they did. But
Yeah.
again, you can't have Thor wield Stormbreaker because in the animated series kind of deal, that's the weapon that he gives to Beta Ray Bill. I
Right.
don't know about in the comic books. So
I don't think Beta Ray Bill's involved in Planet Hulk in the comics. I've not read all of Planet Hulk. I've just read like the end of it. But I'm looking here now on his Wikipedia real quick. I don't think he's involved in it. I could be wrong about that though. I apologize in advance if I am. But speaking of the Hulk and everything, yeah, James alluded to this. We came up in our group chat with kind of a theory around the Hulk, and it's not pleasant, it's not pretty, but neither is the Hulk himself. So we're going to just lay it out here and see what the people
Well,
think.
let's preface this a little bit more. This is not an attempt to cancel the Hulk. This is just an honest observation. So for people out there who get a little, offended and want to cancel everything, this isn't any of that.
No, if anything, it's just a question. I'm just, curious. So in the MCU, we've had the Hulk go on basically 2 uncontrolled rampages in the MCU. The first one, I would say, his battle with the Abomination in the Incredible Hulk in Harlem, New York. And the second one in Avengers Age of Ultron in Johannesburg, South Africa. Both of these cities have a pretty significant population of Black folks. And so the question that we came to in our group chat is the Hulk a little racist? Like, does it seem like he's targeting Black folks in his rages?
I mean, he wasn't like Arizona and all these other places. Why didn't he have a rage out there?
Why doesn't he?
Why does he decide to do that?
He also beat up those. Where was he? Was he in Brazil at the beginning of the Incredible Hulk or something? And he did beat up those guys there too.
It's not looking good for the Hulk,
It really is not. I mean,
maybe that's why he had to leave the planet for a while. He had to find himself.
Had to get
So he
his head
took
right about his racism.
Took a Quinjet and flew halfway across the galaxy or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's what solved his racism.
Because, I mean, if you think about it, when he's in Wakanda, he's just Bruce Banner. The Hulk never comes out while he's in Wakanda.
That's true.
Well,
we're not saying that Bruce Banner is racist, but it seems like the Hulk.
Maybe the Hulk is.
The Hulk, it's a separate personality. So maybe the Hulk is. Bruce Banner's not. He's a enlightened individual.
If you think about when he becomes the intelligent Hulk, it's not, well, when he becomes the Maestro, it's more of that everybody learns that the Hulk's feelings is more of an underlying thing of Bruce Banner's. It's like the other side, like his schizophrenia kind of deal.
So you're saying deep down Bruce Banner probably is racist.
Probably, but then if you remember back in Thor Ragnarok, Valkyrie, him and Valkyrie best friends.
Yeah,
so,
but when Valkyrie comes on the scene and she's very predominant, the Hulk goes away and he's just mainly Bruce Banner.
Well, to me, I think Casey hit on something where he left to solve his racism problem, and I think him being friends with Valkyrie only shows that he was successful. He was able to overcome his deep-seated racism and become friends with Valkyrie.
He was successful in his quest, I would say.
I'd say it seems like it.
And then later he becomes a genius Hulk or whatever. So, like Avery was saying.
Yeah.
So they fixed him.
Who knows?
Just got to get out there. You just got to go fly across the galaxy, and one of the Avengers jets, apparently they've got just unlimited supplies of them, just getting one of them. And apparently they can fly in space and whatever. So just getting one.
And they, they
I
cure
think
racism.
I think the listeners should weigh in on that. Email us.
Yeah.
Chinwag with Horsemen at Gmail. Let us know. What do you think? Do you think the Hulk is potentially a racist or what?
I mean, it's possible we're reading way too much into it. That's
Could
possible
be.
too.
Yeah.
Could be.
You know, but we would love to hear from the listeners on that. Is the Hulk racist, or are we just reading too much into it?
Who knows?
Because that's the question that plagues our time. You know, I wonder if you put Hulk Hogan on a Quinjet and let him go on a journey of self-discovery, and he overcame his racism, would he then become a genius as well?
Maybe so. He would come back being a genius too. You never know. That's a good question.
I don't think so. I think the 1090 just ruins it right there. Like there's no intelligence coming back from that.
Does it have to involve like a gladiatorial arena? Like you have to go to some planet and fight for your life?
Man, if it does, and he tries to throw that leg drop on somebody, he's getting destroyed instantly.
If he tries that in a real fight,
Shawn Michaels even made him look like a fool in a professional wrestling match. So, man, I just don't see it.
I don't know.
You think Hogan beats up some of those aliens?
with the leg drop.
No, but I mean, I go to watch a movie just for the time I can just shut off my brain and not have to worry about cancel culture or the woke nation or who gives a crap who Sally's going to the deli with. It's just more
The big question.
I care very deeply who Sally's going to the deli with.
but she's going to meet Harry.
Did you guys hear who Sally was going to the deli with this week?
It was Harry.
Hey, Barry, how are you going to go watch a movie to keep your mind off when Sally goes to the deli to meet Harry? But that is a movie.
Does that play
One
your
degrees all
thoughts?
around.
No, man, you know, this whole Hulk discussion, obviously it's a joke. It's tongue in cheek. It's, you know, obviously I don't go to Marvel movies and wonder which characters are racist. Although the Red Skull was probably pretty racist.
He was probably a Nazi.
Yeah,
He was
well, he
100% a Nazi.
Yeah,
Well, then they killed him off.
yeah. Now he's just soulless, traveling around, trying to get
No,
people to exchange their prized possession for a stone.
It's like the Emperor.
Oh, one thing I didn't tell you in Black Widow, that sets up the whole Hawkeye round of TV shows that's coming out like this Wednesday.
Man, Hawkeye's just another one I have no interest whatsoever in. I don't know, man.
I'm just saying, it just
No, and there was a time like the Guardians of the Galaxy I wasn't interested in either. There was a time when I would definitely go and watch Marvel movies, but whew, man, getting old.
We're getting old and set in our ways, man.
Yep. Well, I think that's
I
as
don't
good a
have time
place
to run
as
out
any.
to movie theaters every Friday to watch stuff.
I don't either. That's why I watch it free on Disney.
It's like 4 months after it's been out.
Yeah.
By
That's all
then,
right.
it's spoiled.
Not if
So?
you're careful.
Again, I don't watch it for. I watch it for the entertainment value, not for the end credits or for the next lead up to the next movie. So
That's the entertainment value.
no, the entertainment value is getting into the story and being like, the Black Widow meets her actual father, or that the Taskmaster was a creation of a crazy insane man in the Red Room. Just saying.
Well,
Like I'm going for the script, not the how it's going to set up the next movie.
that is as good a reason as any to watch a movie. And we are running very short on time, so we'll go ahead and wrap this up. I guess next time we'll finish out the MCU. Looks like we will anyway. Just looking at my list here, looks like we'll finish it out. So hopefully next time we'll be able to finish that out, and we'll talk about other stuff that happens between now and then. So for Chinwag with the Horsemen, I'm Andrew.
I'm Mayberry.
I'm James.
And I'm Casey.
Thanks for listening or watching.